Hello, good afternoon and welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris and I'm a gorilla in the wrist. Today we're going to look at the 5/6 items that are in my shopping cart on the AliExpress. Their sale starts tomorrow and I don't know whether I'm going to buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or all 6 of these. The 6th one is a bit of a cautionary tale though. So let's get into it. So first on my list, and a watch that I have seen reviewed a number of times, is the Heimdallr HMSC11. The dimensions are 48 by 22 by 13 by 50. Really nice dial. It's got a beautiful champagne dial. It comes in other colours as well, but I think that champagne dial really pops. In terms of specification, it's an NH35 movement. It comes on a few options in terms of strap, but I would pick it up on the rubber strap. Has 300 meters of water resistance and a sapphire crystal, and is just a really handsome, good looking watch. Originally priced at £108, it's down to £97.99 in the sale. I think 98 quid for a gorgeous looking champagne dialed 300 meter diving watch with C3 luminoma is pretty good. So that's my first pick. My second pick is the Pagani design PD1739 Chronograph. Now in terms of size, this one is 40mm across the dial, has 20mm lug width, comes in at 13mm in terms of thickness, and has a lug to lug of 45, so will wear pretty good on most wrists. It houses the VK64 movement, does come with leather and mesh straps, has 100 meters of water resistance, and again is covered by a pretty nice flat sapphire crystal. It does come in numerous colours, but I have to say I am very partial to the salmon pink one, but also to the blue one as well, which is taking a second to load up. My internet is terrible today. It's a bit worrying for when I come to the sales. So yeah, very partial to the blue as well. The regular price for this is £43.44, but in the sale you can pick it up for £41. Again on a leather strap, and their leather straps tend to be okay. A leather chronograph with that movement in at that price seems pretty good to me, I have to say. That one almost certainly will be going in the basket. Next up we have the Steel Dive SD1954 version 2. This is a bit of a chunky so-and-so. I can say that because I'm a bit of a chunky so-and-so too. In terms of dimensions, it comes in at a dial measurement of 41mm, 20mm lug width, it's 13mm thick, which for a diver of this calibre is probably pretty good, and a lug to lug of 48mm. It's housing the NH35 movement, does come on leather or a NATO strap. It has water resistance of 300 meters, which is pretty good, and comes with sapphire crystal across that dial. I do kind of like the bezel, the look of the orange numerals on a sort of slightly grey ceramic bezel I think is quite impressive, and as you would expect for a steel dive, it comes with that astonishing loom. Let's see if the picture, I mean, look at that, that's just phenomenal. It comes in 3 different dial types, so it comes with the standard narrative on the dial, but it also comes with an eagle on the dial, very tasteful, and a red blob of some description which I can't really explain what it is. This is currently listed at £106.49. Very unhelpfully doesn't put the sale price in, but does say there's £3 off every 24, so I think at that price you're probably looking at £12 off, which makes it about £95. Obviously check the actual prices on the day, and I think it is slightly more on the metal strap than on the rubber one, but certainly one worth checking out. I'm particularly impressed with it. I think it looks really cool. The 4th one on my list, and again this one is probably going to go in, is this Bvlgari S2020449. It's a military style field watch. You kind of just have to look at that dial. It's an amazing colour, and works really well against a brown leather strap. In terms of dimensions, this one comes in at 39mm, so not a huge watch. It's got 20mm lug width, 12mm thickness, so it wears flat against the wrist, and has a lug to lug of 46mm. Houses the NH35 and comes on a leather strap. Has 100 metres of water resistance, although obviously if it's on a leather strap you're not going in the water with it. It has a really nice sapphire crystal. So this comes in a number of colours. There is a blue and there is a black. For me it's the blue dial. I just think it's absolutely sensational. And for some reason the alternative pictures aren't coming up on here, but that dial is just absolutely beautiful. I'll play the video so you can see it a bit better. I just think the colours really pop, and I like the little pop of red. The dial does have something of the Seiko SNZ in terms of the style. It's almost, but not quite, a Bvlgari type bead dial, but a really, really nice, very attractive watch. And our next watch is the San Martin SN0116. It's a GMT diver, and the one that I'm particularly interested in is the blue dialed one. In terms of dimensions, it's 39mm across the dial again, so not a huge dive watch on your wrist. It's 20mm lug width, it's 12mm thick, and comes in at 46mm lug to lug, so again he's going to wear comfortably on the wrist. It houses the NH34 GMT movement, and comes on what looks like a really, really nice beads of rice bracelet. It has 100mm, it has 100 meters of water resistance, which is a little surprising on what looks like a fairly solid dive watch. And has a top hat sapphire crystal on it. And this is just a really gorgeous GMT. It's all about the dial and finish, and my experience of San Martin divers like this before has always been very positive. It's one of the things that they do really well. In terms of pricing, currently on at 255, but on the sale at 229, which is a really good price, particularly as it's got the NH34 movement in it. And then our final watch for today, and this is one's a bit of a cautionary tale. So you all know I'm a fan of San Martin, I always have been. This is the San Martin SN0120. Dimensions are 37mm on the dial. This is a military style field watch. 20mm lug width. It's 12mm thick because it houses the VK61 Mecha Quartz movement, and is 45mm lug to lug. Comes on a black NATO strap, and their black NATO straps are really good. Has 100 meters of water resistance, and a sapphire crystal. Very similar to the Bvlgari. So Bvlgari do something very similar, this type of chronograph. The reason I talk about this as being a cautionary tale is that when I set this particular set of watches up earlier in the week, this was actually down as about £89 as the starting price, and the sale price was at 103, which looked really funny. I wish I'd taken a screenshot at the time, but was a bit just a bit, it kind of struck me as very odd for the sale price to be higher than the actual listed price at the time. They've since upped the listed price to 110 with a sale price of 103. I think that is a bit unreasonable, and I think that's a bit devious. Quite sharp practice, I think. Disappointing to see, but I'm not entirely surprised. I am surprised to see it coming from a watchmaker like San Martin, who I kind of expect more, so I was a little bit disappointed. But there's a lesson in here for any colleagues, any friends who are going to be buying these watches. Make sure you check out what you're getting is a real bargain, because this one isn't. This one is telling you it's a saving when you could have got this cheaper 2 or 3 days ago. And that's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Let me know what you're going to purchase. I'd be very curious. I'd be very interested to hear what you think I should purchase out of the 5/6 watches that I've identified. Other than that, it's Sunday. Have a fantastic Sunday. I'm off to cheer the Lionesses off in the World Cup final. Have a great weekend, everybody. Take care.